Have you ever heard of a mountain that does not just lose people, but steals their memories? A place where those who return can no longer recall their names, their homes, or even themselves, but the real question remains. What does this mountain do that erases entire lives, and why does it do it? Stay until the end, because the truth behind this mystery might shake you to the core. This is Whisper from History, where forgotten voices rise again. High above the quiet valleys of the northern frontier rises a peak that villagers whisper about as if naming it might summon something ancient. They call it the mountain that erases memories, a place where travelers return with trembling hands and empty eyes, unable to recall their own footsteps. Long before modern maps traced its cold ridges, shepherds spoke of sudden silences in the air, as if the mountain swallowed sound. They told of men who climbed in search of lost cattle, only to descend with no memory of their families, their homes, or even their own names. Only the bruises on their bodies proved that they had ever gone anywhere at all. By the early 20th century, explorers from distant nations arrived, drawn by rumors that bordered on the impossible. They brought journals, measuring tools, and a stubborn confidence that science could explain everything. But when one of their guides staggered back from a scouting route, unable to recognize the very expedition that hired him, they realized they were facing something far older than their instruments. Was this only the beginning? Locals believed the mountain guarded a wound carved by forces beyond human understanding. Some said a battle had once taken place on its summit, where ancient tribes clashed until the earth itself split beneath their feet. Others claimed a star had fallen, there leaving behind a strange field of air that rippled like water, even on calm days. But the truth was far darker than anyone imagined. In the winter of 1932, a rescue party attempted to find two missing soldiers posted near the ridge. When they were discovered huddled inside a shallow cave, they spoke in broken fragments. One whispered, "I know my name, but it feels borrowed." The other could only repeat a single phrase, "The mountain took something from us." What was really happening behind the curtain? Scientists later documented a strange phenomenon. Compasses spun wildly, shadows leaned in the wrong direction, and time itself seemed to stretch. Yet the most terrifying effect was the way memories shifted. A man would recall setting out at sunrise, only to swear moments later that he had walked through the night. Villagers still warn travelers not to linger near the summit. They say the mountain is alive, that it listens, that it trades its silence for pieces of the human mind. Even today, those who climb its slopes return changed. Some forget entire chapters of their lives, while others insist that whispers followed them all the way down. Whispers that never used words, yet carried the weight of forgotten centuries. And so the mountain that erases memories stands unchanged by time, a sentinel of quiet power. Its slopes pale against the sky, waiting for the next soul who dares to ask what lies within its silent heart. Even today, icy winds sweep across the peak of that mountain, and the people remain silent, because here it is, not only the path that disappears, but a person returns, having lost something deep within themselves, and the question that was never answered still echoes through the wind. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel.